Saint Lucia's Owen King EU Hospital is facing scrutiny after a scathing letter from the Medical and Dental Association revealed grievances over poor working conditions and chronic resource shortages. Prime Minister Pierre acknowledged the hospital's teething issues, comparing them to challenges faced by healthcare systems worldwide.
Hospital administration is not easy. We try to make this thing look as if it's a simple thing and not easy. Obamacare is still under pressure. Obamacare is still under pressure today in the great United States. Part of the policies in England was the National Health Service. You must understand the ding-dong between the Labour Party and the Conservatives and the Independents about National Health Service. But we pretend in Saint Lucia as if the government is so bad, and from October 21st, healthcare got so bad because the government is not doing what it's supposed to do. Healthcare, and you all know that, is a very, very ticklish industry, very all over the world.
The Owen King EU Hospital, built with over $45 million in funding from the European Union, faced criticism in 2019 when EU Commission Director General Stefano Manservisi gave the facility a failing grade, urging swift action to make it fully operational. It wasn't until the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, amid mounting pressure at Victoria Hospital, that Okeu finally opened its doors.
Okeu Hospital came into being during COVID. That's a fact. I said so. I was criticized. That's a fact. The transition team that was formed was fired. That also is a fact. So what happened? There was a hastily put together movement to go into OKU because Victoria Hospital was busting at events. That also is a fact. So the real, and that's what I'm trying to avoid in St. Jude. That's why I'm not making any statements on St. Jude opening dates. Because I want to have a proper transition. Because moving from a hospital is a different culture. You had problems with the nurses. It's a different culture coming from Victoria Hospital. Like the board. Victoria Hospital was never used to have board administration. So there were a lot of teething problems.
St. Lucia has been grappling with a rise in lifestyle-related illnesses, alongside escalating crime and violence, both of which have been identified as major contributors to the hospital's capacity constraints.
A place that was built to hold 40 people, sometimes there are 60 and 70 people in there. So, number one, you have space constraints. The the OKU board and the doctors have agreed that they need more space. But there is a facility where it's a boarding facility. There are people who do not care for their parents or their relatives. So the government has between 15 and 20 people in hospital beds that ought not to be there. What do you do with them? You understand? So these things are not as simple as you want to make it.
The MHMC board has raised concerns about bed shortages and supply chain issues affecting medication and other essential supplies at the hospital. Despite these pressures, Prime Minister Pierre affirmed his government's commitment to financially supporting St. Lucia's healthcare sector.
We agree that these issues are pertinent and we try and solve them. So here's how we're solving them. First of all, we're dealing with the financial issues, the old bills. So we are putting $10 million directly in dealing with these old bills and $5 million working capital from the government's treasury. Because of our financial, we can find that. So we put in $50 million in immediately. Do you know that there were suppliers that are old from since pre-COVID? Yes. We don't tell these stories because we're in government. The people elected us to run the country. So we don't go and carry all these stories about pre-COVID. People who used the what do you call it, the respirator. We owe them. These are local suppliers. We owe the French government $2 million for overseas care. You know from what year? 2001.
Pierre stated that his goal is to place the health sector on solid financial footing, allowing health administrators more freedom to efficiently manage operations at the island's premier facility, the Owen King EU Hospital, Okeu, for smoother and more effective healthcare delivery.